Hello, my name's Drackle. This is my compact combination lock. Now there are 6 levers in this device. You can have as few or as many as you want, but with 6 levers that means there are 64 different lock combinations, and that's quite a bit. But I built this goddamn thing, so I know the combination. Now it's 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Door opens. Okay. So is there some sort of elaborate redstone monstrosity behind this curtain, like all the other locks? Let's go take a look. Yeah, not so much. This is it. That's it. This entire lock is controlled by this. Now, usually with redstone locks, the problem is the bigger you make it, the more inputs you have, the exponentially bigger it gets. Because once you get to the end, it says, okay, is lever, call this lever 6 or input 6. Alright, so input 6 is okay, but is input 5 okay? Is input 4 okay? Is input 3 okay? You know, etc., etc. I have to check all the other inputs are correct before it opens the door or the lock, whatever. But with this, there's no checking involved. It either is or is not open because of how the water works. Now, if I break this stream at any point, it's not going to get to the boat down here. So I could power, you know, this piston and it wouldn't work. Or I could power this piston, or these 2 pistons, and it wouldn't work. So it's actually pretty elegant and pretty simple, I think. And I haven't seen this around. I looked on Google, see if I could find something similar, but I'm hoping this is a new invention, because then I would feel like super cool and all warm and fuzzy and shit. But anyway, down here, the way it works is we have a boat that sits above a pressure plate. And when you activate a piston, it drops back down to the pressure plate. So the door opens when the boat comes off the pressure plate. In other words, the water comes all the way down. And it's gotta rain, right? So I'm gonna pick this up after the rain. Raining in the desert. Seriously. Anyway, this little boat thing here is Etho's water sensor, basically. That's where I came up with that. And the rest just sort of came to me. I said, wow, that would work really nicely. It's very simple. The only reason this is so long is so I didn't want you to hear the pistons activate. That'll be more dramatic. But you could put it right next to each other if you didn't really care about them hearing the water or the pistons. And it really doesn't matter if they do, because, you know, what are they going to do? They're like, oh, it's just piston activated, and then they're going to fuck it up. Anyway, so how do you program it? Really easy. Let's say we want it to be 1000001. Okay, torch there, redstone here, and torch. Okay, so now it's 1000001. And we come over here, 1000001. Doors open. Okay, that's it. That's how you program it. You could probably program it using redstone. Not quite sure how you do that. I'd probably come up with something, but it's unnecessary in my opinion. You don't really need to do it. So that's the entire combination lock. Very easy, and let's get to the part that I know you're waiting for. How do you build it? Alright, so we have our bank of levers set up. Like I said, you can use as many or as few as you want. It really doesn't make too much of a difference how many you have, except for the number of combinations, obviously. But as for building the whole thing, you could have 20 levers, 5 levers, 50, as big as you wanted it to be, really. It does create a little bit of a tricky situation with the water, but we can solve that, no problem. Okay, so we have our levers. Now we're going to dig a pit, and I'm going to make this this one close, just for demonstration purposes. Alright, we're going to dig a pit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll start by digging 7 long. Alright, we want our water source to be at the very end, past the first piston, so like that. And if you're wondering what mod I'm using to get all this resources and shit, it's called single player commands. Very, very useful, because I have, obviously, water blocks. Okay, so I'm going to line these up with the levers. Okay, now I put the pistons in. Okay, I'll do those in a little bit. Just like that. And now we have to dig down, because we want this to be one water stream. Oh, I guess I can go one further. Cool. Now we get to dig down to keep this water going. Oops. Okay. And now you have to make the pistons on the next level a little bit lower, obviously. They have to be in line with the water depth, or else you're not going to shut off the water, which is not really a big deal. Okay, just like that. Now we connect the levers. Okay. Alright, and now we have this set up. Now here comes the tricky part. We have to make the water sensor. And we need to get the water depth right, because if it's not, the boat's going to bob up and down on the pressure plate and open and close the door. We don't want that to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to first activate this piston to hold the water back. Oops. To hold the water back, like this. Okay, now we're going to dig down just like this. Okay. And we're going to dig down. As you can see below this piston, I've dug one down here. And we're going to put the pressure plate here in this corner. I have to get back out. Okay. Now we remove the torch. Alright, and this should work nicely now. We have to kind of glitch it out like that to make the water depth correct. Okay. So what's actually happening here is the water's flowing down into this block below the piston. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And it's creating basically a new water source block, and it's actually not creating a water source block, but it's creating a new water depth. And it's coming here, and as you can see, this depth it should be good. So we're going to get a boat, and I don't have a boat, so give myself a boat. Now it's kind of difficult to place the, and fill it back up. It's kind of difficult to place the boat, but the best way I found to do it is to literally just put it like that and push it in. Just like that. And now it will align itself properly. Okay, we have the boat in now. We have to connect the pressure plate. We're going to do it like this. And we're going to put an inverter on this block. You can do it however you want, but I like doing it this way. And we're going to place a block. And I'm going to pick up all this stuff first, because you don't want items in the pressure plate screwing it up. Now I'm going to put this here on top of that. I'm going to put redstone wire here. And there we go. We got our combination lock. Quite simple. As you can see, the boat is being lifted off the pressure pad, and it's opening the door. Now if I turn one of the pistons on, the boat will sink back down. Close the door. And if I do that again, it'll open the door. You might have to play around with the boat and the water depth a little bit, but it's not too hard. Just some trial and error till you get it right. And that's really it. That's the lock. That's how you build it. Alright, so I hope you liked the tutorial. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe. It makes me happy when I get subscribers. Like, I get all sort of emotional and choked up about it sometimes. No, fuck that. Don't subscribe. Don't. Yeah. Don't subscribe. Now you have to. Now you have to, because I told you not to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any problems with it, send me a message and I'll try to work it out. But from what I've seen, it works perfectly. I haven't had any problems whatsoever. So, this has been Drackle, and I will see you guys next time.